Good evening and happy Friday. We are here for the next all-you-can-eat improv show with Comedy Flops. It's February, and this month we will be helping the Alzheimer's Association with this show. Before I go too deep into that, I want to thank everybody, both folks who were in our last audience and folks who watched it online. We raised in January through our show $475 for the Ithaca Health Alliance, and that just blew me away. I think that is the single most we've ever raised from an improv show. So raise the roof for you. Thanks for helping. Thanks for being here. And hopefully this month we can do similar for the Alzheimer's Association. If you are seeing this for the first time, if you haven't been to one of our either in-person shows or virtual shows, everything you're going to see tonight is entirely made up on the spot. The only thing we know are what games we're going to do, but with your help, we'll get suggestions and we'll incorporate those into the games to make something new and unique. So every show you see is entirely new, unique, and made up, and that's exciting. So to get us warmed up for our first game, before I introduce the cast to you, I am going to ask you in the chat on YouTube to please tell us things that we can name lots of items in. So the game is going to be called categories. So it could be things like types of cars or breakfast cereals, but start typing those in the box now. And by the time I'm done introducing the cast, we'll be ready to go with our first game. So without further ado, let us welcome to the stage the man who is keeping our video streams rolling, rolling, Rigamarole. Woo! Yay! Oh, and the crowd goes wild.
Yay!
Yay! The future pride of Emerson College. Let's give a big hand for Hand Rations.
Yay!
Ooh, she's in 3D tonight. Excellent. Very deep in the heart of the Arabian desert, let's look for Camel treasure.
Yay!
The man you would least want to do your surgery, please give a big flops welcome to Dr. Brainpee, DSB.
DSB.
You may have noticed, if you looked up in the sky tonight, there may be a full moon. Oh, avert your eyes, because it's the Moonman.
Moon.
And finally, she's ready for the show. She doesn't need anything more to be prepared. Please welcome Dry Run.
Screech! Woo!
Yeah. All right, we are ready to go, and I see the feed is starting to fill with things for our game categories. Keep them coming, and while we're doing that, I'm going to quickly tell you how the game is played. This is a quick game to get everybody warmed up. So we're going to take a category. We're going to name as many things in it as we can. And when some fails, they forget, they repeat, they stutter, freeze up, we're going to yell die and escort them out of the game. Now, if we were in person, you would yell that as loud as you possibly could. And I know you're in your homes, and I'm still going to encourage you to do that. And it works even better if you don't tell anyone around you why you're doing it, okay? So let's practice that now. Flops, help them out. On the count of three, we're going to yell die. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Die!
Hey. Nicely done. I feel like I could hear everybody out there doing it with us, so that's good. All right. Yeah, nice. Okay, so we're going to start now with our first category of the evening, and let's go with types of fruit. Starting with you, Riggy.
Types of fruit. A banana is a fruit.
Apple.
Strawberry.
Orange.
Lemon.
Dragon fruit.
Tomato.
A blood orange.
Passion fruit.
Blueberries.
Kiwi.
Papaya.
Mango.
Pears.
Haven't been paying that much close of attention. Did anybody say tomato yet?
No,
And
actually.
Die.
Oh, did he?
die.
Die.
Oh.
And we say goodbye to Riggy. Ah, so sad.
Hi, Riggy.
All right, let's do our next category. And our next category I'm going to choose is movie genres to me. Movie genres, film noir.
Ah.
Rawr.
Wait, no. I'm going to count myself out. That was
Die.
Die. Dang, we didn't get far into that one.
You get far into that one. Nope.
I didn't hear what you said, but I realized that was more of my fault than your fault.
Aha. It's good. Accepting responsibility, Hand Rations. That's a good thing. All right, so the next one comes from our friend Kara, and that's types of sports balls. Use your discretion on that one. Yeah.
Okay. A baseball.
Football.
Racket ball.
Basketball.
Tennis ball.
Soccer ball.
Lacrosse ball.
Soft ball.
Volleyball.
Oh my God, squash ball.
Dodgeball.
Medicine ball.
Ping pong ball.
Pickleball.
Volleyball?
Hey.
Already
Sure.
said. We say goodbye to Camel Treasure. Okay.
Get him out of here.
Let's
If I
see
can find
what
my
else we have here. Let's do dog breeds. And it's to Dr. Brainpee.
Golden Retriever.
German Shepherd.
Pomeranian.
Dachshund.
Doberman.
Teacup poodle.
English bulldog.
English sheepdog.
French Bulldog.
Drawing a blank.
Die.
All right, we say goodbye to the Moonman. All right, just 3 of us. Let's
Three left.
see.
3 down.
That's right.
4 down.
How about, here's a good one from our friend Amanda. How about things you find in space? Things you find in space to dry run.
Jaws.
Satellites.
Moons.
Planets.
Comets.
Asteroids.
Space trash.
Radiation.
Ice particles.
Vacuums.
Stardust.
Aliens.
Mars rovers.
Asteroids.
Die.
Was it said?
I did.
I failed. Goodbye.
Bye.
Right. This is for all the marbles. I'm going to pick. Oh, this is a good one. Okay. I love this one. This is from username.exe_isn't_available. And that person gives us things you would find in a child's room. Things you would find in a child's room to Dr. Brainpee.
DSP.
Toys.
A child.
A crib.
A blanket.
A mobile.
Books.
A rocking horse.
Small toys, but not too small.
A chest for said toys.
A robe.
What kind of fancy kid is this?
Honestly.
Okay. A
4, 3, 2.
I had one. Oh.
Die!
Must
Dry
be a
run
Van
is
Bortles
our
kid.
winner. Dry run is our winner.
Woo!
Although, if I'm being fair here, small toys is like a real variation on toys. So we kind of gave you a mulligan.
Wait,
on that one,
that's
Dry
the
run.
mulligan? What about the fact that she said the child had a smoking jacket?
I didn't hear that. I heard robe.
My next one was going to be golden spoon.
Look, anybody who thinks a child has a smoking jacket deserves to win in my book. Let's get all the flops back on the screen here. We are going to play an old favorite. We're going to play World's Worst. And so in this game, we've asked people to put different occupations in the chat, and we'll pick some, and we will come up with the world's worst version of that occupation, whatever it is. So we'll give you another second to keep them coming, and they're coming in fast. All right. Let's start off with this one, World's Worst Chef. World's Worst Chef. Tonight's special is served.
No, it's totally fine. You can totally pick chicken up off the ground if you're going to put it into the fryer afterwards. That's fine. I don't care what Gordon Ramsay says.
Chicken breast should be pink. If it's not pink, then it's overdone.
Riggy.
The truth is, I've had a mouse under my hat the whole time.
Yes, I'd like to place an order. Yeah, I've got 6 guests, and they want the following.
Now, the worst thing you could do is overcook fish. Now, trust me.
What do you mean you've never seen a chicken breast with a nipple?
Yeah, so I need you to, sous chef, I need you to thaw 3 chicken tenders. Yeah, just let me show you how I do it.
World's Worst Yoga Instructor.
Find your center! Find your center!
Yeah, keep doing that over there. That's fine. That's great. Yes, just stretch it out. It's cool. Don't worry about it.
The purpose of yoga is to relax you. Now, you may experience slight diarrhea as you get relaxed, but that's perfectly normal. Don't be worried.
If it hurts, just lean into the pain. It should be painful.
Oh, you're here for yoga. No, this is yogurt.
I'm going to tell you all a secret right now. I greased the floor with Vaseline. Good luck getting out.
World's Worst Superhero.
Today, really? Come on. Oh, fine.
Did somebody call for Plunger Man?
It's me, Invisalign. I can straighten your teeth with only 3 payments of $99 and 2 years.
All right, I've just pulled you out of your burning house. Now give me $100 or I put you back in.
I'm Cinnamon Toast Crunch Man, the powers you can see!
Ice powers? This really doesn't work with my autumnal complexion.
World's Worst Midwife. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead, Ricky.
I don't know, that one was too good to leave off on for me to ruin it. With,
All right, then.
oh, I have moist hands, man.
That could be World's Worst Midwife, too, actually.
It's a great transition.
Yeah.
Nope. One more for the superhero. No, go ahead.
Okay.
Midwife. World's Worst Midwife. 54, 72, hut. It's a boy.
Oh, what is that? What is that?
Now,
We call this the toothpaste method.
Now, I'm not gonna phrase it any other way. You're gonna poop. Now, don't worry. I got a bucket ready. We'll take a picture of it afterwards, and I'll tell your fortune from it. It's a pretty fun little game.
Aw, this one's ugly. We better put it back in for another at least 10 minutes.
Final one. World's worst kids show host. Gosh, kid, you're kind of ugly. I think we better put you back in.
Well, hiya, kids. It's me, totally non-distinct, non-copyright infringement mouse guy.
Listen up, you little bastards. There's no Santa Claus. There's no Easter Bunny. And another thing.
Hey, kids, make sure you stay back 200 feet.
Well, that's right, kids. When I blow the whistle, it's time to grab your weapons.
Let's do one more. World's worst Uber driver.
Yes, this is my car.
Hey, you got one of them Google Maps?
I have to stop at the gas station and get a map.
Keep the wheel steady while I get a clean shot.
Oh.
We have a special request for World's Worst Santa Claus, and I think we should do it. So let's see.
Okay.
The World's Worst Santa Claus. That would have been great at our show 2 months ago, by the way.
Your Honor, I swear I have nothing to do with this. This is not some sort of labor union relation law. I do not know anything about this. These people, they come in. I do not pay them. They have no contract.
World's Worst Santa Claus. Listen, kid, listen, stand over and talk to the elf. You think your dad would sit on my lap?
Listen, you little bastards, I'm not even real. Your parents dropped LSD and gave you some at dinner. Look at the penguin.
Yeah, look like
You either got it or you don't.
All right. Yeah, no. We can totally just make it on that route. Yeah, no, we can. I know you say we need about twice as much. It's fine. It's fine. We can stop this thing on a dime.
Ho? I got 500.
That is World's Worst. Thank you for Moonman for bringing that one home. All right. Our next game is something none of us have done very much recently, and that is go on vacation. This is a game for me, Camel Treasure, Dr. Brainpee, Hand Rations, and Dry Run. And how this game works is our guest, played by Camel Treasure, has gone on a romantic vacation with a celebrity. And who is that celebrity? Why, in fact, that celebrity is Big Bird. Yes, Camel Treasure went on a romantic vacation with Big Bird, and where they went is kind of interesting. They went where the Mars rover landed, so went on a really cool vacation. So we're gonna see that in just a second, and Cam will be showing vacation pictures. So our photo folks, if you could mute, and we'll start the game. Good evening. If it's 3 a.m. and it's time for Sunday Morning Hangover. I'm your host, Johnny Turbo, and I am here with an exciting guest. That's right, Cam Fig Newton, who has just gone on an exciting vacation with a celebrity. Oh, and I mean a big celebrity. A big, yellow, and feathery celebrity. That's right, Cam Fig Newton has gone on A dream romantic vacation with Big Bird. Cam, welcome to our show tonight.
Thanks for having me. I really appreciate the time.
Yeah, well, it's our pleasure. So tell us, how did you meet Big Bird?
Well, I've been a big fan of Sesame Street forever, and I wrote a letter and I said, "Dear Sesame Street, I'm a really big fan of Big Bird, and I would really like to take him on a date." And I got a response. And the only stipulation was we had to go somewhere exotic. And I'm like, I've got it. So we went to the beautiful planet of Mars.
Ooh, well, that's not a very often made trip, so that's exciting. I understand we have a photo from when you first met Big Bird as you were getting ready to go on your trip. Let's take a look at that. Hal, could we see that slide? So tell us what's happening here, Cam.
Well, at first, so I'm gonna be honest with you. I fanboyed out just a little bit when I saw him, but how can you not? Because it's
No,
Big
sure.
Bird. So you can see his producer over there is kind of like, are we really gonna do this? But Big Bird, who was just kind of aloof, was looking off in the distance. I can tell that his mind was already up in space. And what they didn't tell you was Elmo was there too, but we had to tell Elmo that he couldn't go, but he didn't care. He was running around like he was in a plane already, just kind of spinning in circles.
Oh wow! Well, I
really
hope he didn't get sick, because when Muppets puke, it's not a pretty sight.
Yeah, it stains.
Yeah. So I understand an interesting thing happened inside of the spacecraft on the way to Mars. Do you remember that?
Well, I mean, you have to remember, Big Bird is big, and the spaceships are pretty small.
Right,
So
right. Of course, yes.
we had a heck of a time getting Big Bird in there, if you know what I mean. It was like cramming, 8 pounds of stuff in a 14-pound, 3-pound bag.
I see. Well, let's take a look.
I didn't realize they took a photo of that.
Oh yeah.
Oh. As you can see here, Big Bird's producer kind of dislocated his leg as he was getting him in there, which is why poor Big Bird has that grimace on his face. Grimace wasn't there, by the way. There was no one from McDonald's. Meanwhile, we had this tarot card reader. Big Bird is very, very big into seances, and Miss Cleo was just huge for him. And he demanded while we got into this little capsule that she give us a tarot card reading. And there she is now, just about to play the death card, which is a good thing in tarot, from what they tell me.
How did Big Bird react to that?
Big looked it. I mean, you can't tell on his face right now because I think he was tasting his spleen at this time, but he really enjoyed having the tarot card. It seemed to soothe him a little bit.
Good to know. Good to know. Well, that's exciting. And then I understand the rest of the trip was pretty uneventful.
It was kind of boring. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, we just kind of sat there looking at each other and saying hi and singing songs
But I understand is at least from what you wrote to us, well, it seemed kind of boring. When you hit Mars, the romance kind of amplified.
I didn't know you were going to bring this up.
Well, yeah, anything goes on Sunday morning hangover. So let's, Hal, could we see that photo, please? Oh, wait, I'm sorry. This is upside down. Hal, can we fix that? Oh, yeah, that's much, much better. Thank you. Yeah, so Cam, tell us what's going on here.
Well, I'm not going to lie. I was not the aggressor. Big Bird was really, really kind of aggressive. And as you can see, there was a Martian watching us over there, but it was kind of cool because that's, apparently Big Bird's thing. I'm not going to judge him. But as you can see, my feet are up in the air because it was as Big Bird put it, it was a victory pose that we were on Mars. So my feet are in the air. And for some reason, he wrapped the cord around his neck. He said something about it really exciting him. So, I mean, who am I to judge? I don't. He had a smile on his face and his eyes got really big. I mean, you know how big his eyes are. They got bigger.
Oh yes. Oh, yes.
But yeah, so that's what happened here. I think they kind of censored the rest of the photos, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I noticed that the Martians blurred out in some areas, and I don't know, maybe that's intentional. Haven't been, so, okay. All right. Oh, gosh. Well, I understand you have just one more photo, and that was from when you landed back on Earth. I understand that there was a little bit of, some kind of brouhaha, if you will.
Yeah.
You want to tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah. See, apparently, Snuffleupagus was not happy that we went to Mars.
Very jealous,
So
I've heard.
when we got into the capsule and we got out of the capsule, and he was kind of standing out there, and he kind of looked at us, and he's kind of wiggling his trunk like this, and then he says, "Gee, Bird," and he turned around and he mule kicked me.
Ooh.
I don't know where in the photo this happened or after, but it wasn't a pretty sight.
I imagine
I
not.
don't think it was.
No, we'll find out. Let's see that, Hal.
Yeah, see, Snuffleupagus, you can see Big Bird's kind of taking a defensive posture right there. He's kind of like, he's getting really big, like Big Bird's getting bigger. And there were members of the press there. And then for some reason, members of the street gang, the Jets, were there, and they were singing songs and doing stuff with knives. But as you can see right there, the mustachioed individual was actually Big Bird's handler, and he was not amused with this situation.
Sounds like dangerous situation.
So as I was laying on the ground with snuffy prints on my face, he came over and made me sign a form that said I wouldn't sue them. So I was a little bit concussed. I don't know how legal it is for them to have me sign that at that time, but I signed it anyway because Big Bird wanted my autograph. I get it.
Oh, sure. So I have to ask, it sounds like there was a possible love connection. Any plans to gather again?
Well, I mean, I'd love to. I mean, it's Big Bird, but I'm still kind of feeling that Snuffy kick. And actually, Snuffy and I have a date next Tuesday.
Ooh, playing the Muppet Field. Dangerous times indeed.
So wish me luck.
Oh, yes, good luck. You'll need it. Well, that is all we have time for today on Sunday Morning Hangover. I'd like to thank our guest, Fig Newton, and thank you for sharing those fun photos of your dream romantic vacation with Big Bird.
Thanks for having me.
You're welcome. I'm Johnny Turbo. Stay tuned for 4 a.m. pee break. And wait, I'm back. All right. Thank you to our photography people. That actually is one of the hardest things to do in that game because you have to hold poses and things. And then when some jerk hosting says, "Oh, it's upside down," you have to do all sorts of weird stuff. So they are the stars for sure. So for our next game, we're going to play the Oracle. It's been a while since we played the Oracle. And this is a game for the Moonman, Rigamarole, and Hand Rations. And how the Oracle works is we're going to ask you to put in the chat questions that you have of the all-knowing Oracle. And the Oracle will answer those questions for you. So we'll give you a second to do that while the Oracle gets in a meditative frame of mind.
While they're doing that, tell me, Steve.
Yes.
What number do you like between 1 and 3.
2.5.
2.5.
Ah,
That rounds up to 3. And rations between 1 and 2. What number do you like? This will help us tell the future, guys. Don't worry.
Yeah, it's very important.
Whichever one's left.
Whichever one's left. All right. I like the number
Okay.
2 just fine. It's even. All right.
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I am pleased to introduce you to the all-knowing Oracle. The Oracle is an expert on all matters and all things in the universe. Ask the Oracle anything you want to know, and the Oracle shall impart its wisdom to you. So, Oracle, if you're ready, the first question comes from a very troubled woman named Kara, and Kara wants to know, how can she get rid of the silly ghost that lives in her house?
Your
Ghost.
Will.
never,
Depart.
Unless.
you,
Consider.
Going.
where,
It.
Resides.
I,
Command.
You.
two,
Carry.
Bread.
and,
Salt.
Into.
its,
Lair.
To.
exterminate,
Anything.
Undead.
I,
Have.
Spoken.
Okay, I hope that's helpful to you. I would have probably just suggested a little sage, burning sage through the house, but hey, the Oracle knows much more in these matters than I do. Oracle, the next question we have from our audience is, which pair of novelty sunglasses should our audience member get?
You.
Should.
get,
The.
Largest.
pair,
You.
Can.
find,
This.
Is.
not,
Important.
Because.
you,
Will.
Die.
anyway,
I.
Believe.
you,
Will.
See.
the,
Future.
If.
you,
Bring.
The.
sunglasses,
To.
Starbucks.
Have.
Spoken.
Oracle, we have a question about septic service. And the question we have is, what is the best method for vetting the qualifications of a septic service maintenance person?
Shake.
your,
Booty.
Into.
the,
Lens.
Of.
your,
Ford.
Because.
you,
Have.
Seen.
the,
Best.
Of.
your,
Comfort.
Flushed.
away,
The.
Septic.
system,
Will.
Come.
again,
But.
You.
Will.
B.
Alone.
I.
Have.
Spoken.
All right. Oracle, we have one final question, I think, for you. And that is, we're going to go a little bit meta here. And in one of the last questions, did Jess, in fact, nail the Kubrick stare?
What?
Do.
You.
Mean.
You.
Filthy.
Watcher.
Do.
You.
See.
What?
I.
See.
She.
An.
See.
What?
You.
See.
This.
Has.
Been.
A.
Trying.
Answer.
I.
Have.
Spoken.
Oh, I think we may have burned out the Oracle with that last question. Let's please put our hands together for the all-knowing, mighty Oracle.
Spooky ghost. Silly ghost.
Silly ghosts. All right, our next game is one we haven't done in a long, long time, so best of luck. This game is a monologue game, and the monologue will transition into a scene based on what we hear in the monologue. So the Moonman is going to get our monologue started, but to do that, I need some suggestions of things you might like to hear him talk about. It could be anything in the world. Like the Oracle, the Moonman is an extremely learned individual, capable of, waxing poetic on just about any topic. So what would you like to hear the Moonman tell us a little monologue about? And then we'll see our flops sort of expand on it with a scene. And while we wait, I'll look through the chain to see if there's anything, in case we don't get any suggestions from you. Or if you're not fast enough. All right, I've got one actually I like. Moonman, I'd like to hear your thoughts on designing rubber ducks, if I might.
Designing rubber ducks.
Designing rubber ducks.
I've always liked rubber duck. They come in a lot of varieties. You can get ones, different colors, different hats, different outfits. But the be all end all for me was that giant duck that someone built. It had to have been like 20 feet tall, floating on the water. You just kind of want to hop on and go for a ride. But unfortunately, I don't have a giant rubber duck. I could try to design my own, but I don't have the space. But it would be nice if I could try.
God, wouldn't it just look magnificent out there on the water? Just look at it. Just think about it. Just think about it. What? Sorry, I couldn't hear you. I was lost in a daze of just dreaming about the duck.
Yeah, that duck. It's going to be a magnificent. You'll be able to shoot so many ducks from that duck.
From that duck, yeah.
Yeah.
Matt, I bet the shock would be so great that it would bounce you up, and you'd bounce a little bit every time you shot another duck. You just bounce up and down on the duck while you shot ducks. Oh, that'd just be great. I wish I had the space for a duck like that.
You know what I always wondered?
What's that?
Why nobody rode the Trojan horse? Why'd they all go inside?
Yeah, why wouldn't you want to ride it? You know, there's might as well be somebody riding it.
Yeah. I think if we put the giant duck right at the top of Lake Michigan, we'd be able to sail all the way down.
I don't see why not. Get a couple of paddles, a couple sandwiches,
Yep.
good to go.
Yep.
Just
Even
the duck.
waves.
Yeah, it'll
That
be
duck
huge.
would ride them waves so good.
Oh, it would. It'd be so good. And you'd see it, you just see it, your impending doom from a mile away, be like, what, my God, what is that? Is that a giant duck? Yes, it is. Come
Yeah.
hop on the duck.
Yep. You see the big old duck, you're gonna be out of luck.
That's right, especially because I mean, we did say we were shooting on the duck. I mean,
Yeah.
should be fine. I mean, after a couple of shots, we're probably going to be kind of off aim because we're just bouncing everywhere. But you know,
But that's
I
where
don't-
the rocket boosters come in.
ooh, I like where your mind's at. Hold on, we got to design this duck. We got duck designs going on. I got a piece of paper around here somewhere to design. You got a place to house this duck. You got like a garage or something or a big.
Like a duck house.
Yeah, but maybe like for like a really big duck, not like regular ducks. Is yours just regular duck size? Because we kind of need like a large barn, I was thinking.
Yeah, I could put the roof up on the
Football
duck.
stadium.
Oh man, that's a big old duck.
We could make it a big old duck. And then and like I said, then we're just gonna raid Lake Michigan. We're gonna be coastal raiding pirates of Lake Michigan on the duck.
Yeah.
And we won't have to work anymore.
No.
We'll just take what we need from, everywhere. They'll fear the duck. They'll know that just bring offerings to the shore to appease the duck.
You know what we can do?
What's that?
My geography asserts me. We could even ride up to Chicago. Say,
Ooh.
give us all your deep dish pizzas.
Yeah, take them all. Yeah.
I see it on Lake Michigan with a giant duck.
With a flamethrower mouth.
And a flamethrower mouth, yeah, of course. Nicely done. So, our next game, we're going to go to the movies. It's a game we call 5-line movie genre scene. So each flop will come into the scene, present a line at a time from a movie that we're going to create, and then we'll stop and we'll rewind it and we'll see it in different movie genres. So I've asked you for some titles, and flops, I'm going to need your input on this because we have 3 titles that are really, really funny, and I'd like to know which movie you would like to make. So your first choice is, and you can raise your hand for the one you'd like. Your first choice is 7 Sour Grandpas. Your second choice, okay, we got some things for that. Your second choice is Mafia Bunnies from Space. Okay. And your third choice is Breakfast at Ted Cruz's. Okay, I see one for that. So again, okay. 7, raise them for 7 Sour Grandpas. Okay, got 2 for that. And put them down and raise them for Mafia Bunnies from Space.
Bunny.
Okay, Riggy wants that. And raise them if you want Breakfast at Ted Cruz's. And
Sam again.
And so from a minuscule vote of 2 to 1 to 1, our 5-line movie genre film shall be 7 Sour Grandpas. And we're going to see that one line at a time. And that is a game for Camel Treasure, Rigamarole, Dry Run, Hand Rations, and the Moonman. Let's see it.
What? What'd you say? I can't hear you.
But why are you in all the lemons?
What happened to me? I used to be so sweet. I'll keep doing it until someone else comes on, I guess.
What?
Sir, you are not the grandfather.
Stay out of my Werther's original.
Okay, let's see that in some other movie genres. I think I would like to see that as, oh, I don't know. Let's see it as a space movie.
Like a mafia movie in space?
Sure, why not?
Are we all bunnies?
Only if you want to be.
What'd you say? What'd you say? What's that? I can't hear you.
Space lemons.
What happened to that entire culture? It used to be so sweet.
In my home dimension, there are no grandfathers.
Stay out of my cryogenic pod.
All right. Let's see it as anime.
I'm stunned.
Let's do anime and I have no clue.
It's improv. It doesn't matter.
It does matter. I quit. What's that? I can't hear ya.
Why are you in the sour lemons?
Delicious sweetness. Oh, sour.
Sir, you are not the grandfather.
Stay out of my dojo.
Okay, next one we've got, and I like this one a lot. A kids movie where they're all supposed to be 13, but we know the actors are really like 31.
Yo, what was that you were talking about? Can't hear you.
Sour lemons.
Hi, I'm Johnny Depp from the 80s.
Sir, you are not the grandfather.
Stay out of my hormone pills.
Okay, and finally, let's see it as a spaghetti western.
What was that, boy? This town ain't big enough for the both of us, so you're gonna have to speak up louder.
Well, I guess you could say sour lemons.
Well, you can bet I sure as all heckin' can give a fine licking.
There's only one grandfather around these parts, and it sure as heck ain't you.
You must be staying out of my silver mine. Gosh dang it.
That is 5-line movie genre scene. And I think the harmonica almost killed Camel Treasure.
How was I supposed to follow that?
That was hard. That was almost an unfair advantage, but it was funny as hell. All right. So we're getting some good suggestions from the audience, and we have someone in our audience said, I'm not sure what it is. Leathertown Entertainment. I'm intrigued. Leathertown Entertainment, tell us more about yourself in the chat. How do you not ask? All right. And
Hey.
Ed, you just got a shameless
All right,
plug. Whatever it is you do.
There goes any YouTube money we dreamed of.
Yeah, it's all going to Leathertown now. All right, our final game
I've
of the
seen that
first
movie.
set is a game called Cult Leader. And so this is one we've played before and folks seem to enjoy. So we'll beat it to death. It's what we do. This is a game where you are going to have two cult leaders try and persuade you to join their cult. So in the chat box, you will be prompted by our host, which will be Hand Rations, to get suggestions to inform what the cults will be about. And then at the end, you'll get to vote on which cult you'd like to join. So it should be a lot of fun. And let's welcome our host, Hand Rations.
Hello and welcome to the cult extravaganza, except we can't say cult now, so family reunion, but it's not for your family, but it could be. Okay, that makes sense. It does not, but let's get started here. Okay, so in order to inspire the families that our gracious leaders are creating, especially for you, our audience, we're going to need some suggestions in the chat. So just type whatever the first thing you think of is when I say apocalypse. What do you think about for the apocalypse? And as we're getting some suggestions there, okay. Now, what about ghosts? What's something that has to do with like ghosts? What does that make you think of? Okay, and let's see. What about like, what about the 80s? The 80s had a lot of stuff going on, I think. I don't know. Somebody else probably could tell you more about the 80s than I could, but I'm the one who's hosting today, so. Let's see. We need some more suggestions. What about darkness? What do you think about with darkness? Got some real fun suggestions here. Okay, let's see. How are our leaders going? Do you have things yet? Do you want me to keep going?
One more minute, please.
Okay. Speaking of one more minute, what does time make you think of? What about words that have to do with time? And now, what about what about questions? What are some profound questions? Things that like have to do with questions.
I'm good if Brainpee is good.
Okay, how are our leaders doing here?
I'm good to go.
Good to go. I hope I'm not too early.
Okay. Now, would our gracious leaders care to explain to our audience the suggestions that they picked?
Yeah.
Person smacking their lips, you go first.
Well, I'm gonna go. My cult's based on the 80s and silly ghosts and I'm forgetting now. What was it again? All right, the unending question of time.
Got a lot of good suggestions there. Okay, what about the person who is not on screen right now?
Phantom, an alarm, and spam.
Okay. Well, welcome again, everyone, to the family reunion, but not for your family, for our family that you're going to join. Okay, I am your host, Carol Ann. You may know me from Carol Ann and the Crows. I was the winner of last year's tournament thing. I'm here to introduce you to two new families now that my family has been shut down and disbanded forever. Do not ask. Okay. Let's see. Our first family. Let's go to you, the person with the alarming hands in the background. What have you got to pitch to us today?
Hello. My name is Roland, and my group, we don't use the C word, my group is the Alarming Phantom Spam Society. And what we believe in is the ingestion of phantom spam, but not just random ingestion of phantom spam. No, 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 no. Happens at a very alarming rate. We believe at the Phantom Spam Society that the only way to ingest spam is at an alarming rate.
A lot of interesting information there. Almost killed my computer, so let me just plug that in. Let's hear from the other leader over here.
Excellent.
Well, hey, I'm Mr. Fletcher, and I'm here to tell you about my cool cult and stuff. We came across in the 80s, because I just love the 80s. I was just getting down with it in the 80s. And that's when I decided, cults were, and I made it then. So we got skinny ties, and we got, we got Demi Moore, her movies, which was the silly ghost, the movie Ghost, and then we make a silly ghost because we contact the dead through the movie Ghost, you see. Because time just keeps going for us, but the 80s never stops. Mr. Fletcher's house.
Well, that certainly seems like some real time-consuming. I don't know. I was gonna make a pun off of that, but I couldn't come up with one in time. That's a pun. Okay. Now, if you have any questions for our two gracious leaders, then just send them on over in the chat here, and I'll be taking your questions and seeing if we can find out some more information from these fine gentlemen. Okay.
I've got a question for both leaders. What I'd like to know is their profit sharing with either of your families.
The Phantom Spam Man, you go first.
Roland. My name is Roland.
Roland.
Well, see, here at the Phantom Spam Society, we share everything. I don't know. I mean, we grow as a community at an alarming rate. And the only way to do that is if we share evenly. I don't know if you've ever eaten phantom spam, but it's definitely profitable. I'll let you determine what that means.
Okay, leaving it open to interpretation on what that last cryptic remark could mean. Okay, the other fine gentleman here, what is your rebuttal to that?
Oh, well, you see that the profits we get are really in the form of ghosts that we summon sometimes. Now they could really just they pull a number. The amount of times I slipped on a banana peel in my kitchen that a ghost put there is beyond me. Then the last time I ever put on a banana was ironically 1987. So yeah, and they just that's where all the profits go, is back into the house and fixing any sort of damage. The ghosts like to get up the capers, pull pranks. They like to do they ended up loving the Home Alone movies, and they just been watching them for the last 30 years. So I mean, it's stairs of ice and marbles. And and hip replacements. They go to hip replacements too. We offer health insurance because you need it.
Thank you. That was very helpful.
A lot of great information packed into that one. Okay, we have a question from the chat here from Leathertown Entertainment. Seems like they might be starting their own cult there.
Ooh.
80s have seen a lot of attention from younger crowds due to 80s nostalgia. How are you going to keep the posers out? Now, this question is, of course, first directed to the 80s man.
Oh, well, you know, there's lots of ways to keep posers out of the cult. Normally, I just let them in because it's really hard, but the ghost, it's all up to them. I don't really care, but, you know, sometimes the ghost of Patrick Swayze's non-character ghost in the movie that we somehow summoned into my house, he just isn't fond of some people. And, you know, as time keeps dragging on for him, and he's gone a little nuts, being a movie ghost and not even a real person ghost, just, you know, from a movie. Yeah, so he might murder you in your sleep. I don't know.
Sounds like a good answer. Okay, now, Spam-A-Lot, what is your plan to make sure that your followers have just the utmost devotion and aren't just joining your family because it sounds cool?
My name is Roland.
It's just so fun to make spam puns.
Right. So there's really no issue with posers entering our society. And the reason is, see, I don't know if you've ever had phantom spam, but phantom spam is one of those things where it doesn't really matter what you think of it. It matters what it thinks of you. And as soon as you ingest phantom spam, it knows if you're a poser. And oh, you do not want to be a poser and ingesting phantom spam. It will be the worst experience that you've ever had. So there is no poser problem in the alarming phantom spam society.
Seems like we've got some otherworldly materials that are sorting out who they like. Okay. We have another question from our chat. Snails. Thoughts? We're gonna go to the spam person this time.
Snails are a great way to entice the phantom spam to stay within your system. If you ingest the snails before you ingest the phantom spam, it will not seek exit through, shall we say, other orifices. So we are pro snails here at the Alarming Phantom Spam Society.
Pro snails, pro spam. Great combination. Okay. Other person, I'm running out of things to call you. Thoughts?
Well, snails, they're kind of shaped like this, you know.
That is correct.
Yeah, I guess that's about all I have to say on the subject.
Okay. You have heard them make their cases. You have heard a bunch of other stuff. Now it is time to vote. Please put in the chat whether you want to join the Phantom Spam Squad or the 80s Nostalgia Your Name Doesn't Rhyme Squad.
Why would you want to join a squad with a sour grandpa when you can join us and ingest the phantom spam?
Sour? I'll let you know the 80s are freaking sweet. I know, because I'm 100 and I was in the heyday in the 80s. Because I'm old.
Let's see, we're getting some for the 80s nostalgia. We're getting PSS for life, 80s ghost, spam. I think it's gonna have to go to the 80s guy.
Woo! I hope you come up with new tricks for the ghosts.
Foolish mortals.
Because I need to start pranking the ghosts, because they've been pranking me for like 30 years. So
That's for all
let's
the
get
time we
cooking.
had for our convention today. Now scatter!
Oh, jeez.
All right. All right. That was good. That was funny. I'm going to be thinking about phantom spam all night and wishing I had real spam. Thanks, Dan. All right, this is the
You're
part of our
welcome.
program that we call halftime. And so this is where we take just a quick break to keep ourselves hydrated. And this is where you can get a drink if you're of legal age. We always say at the haunt, the drunker you are, the funnier we are. And we'll be back in 5 minutes with a second set of fun games. And I will give you, just to get us started for our next set, we need from you in the chat box things you might say to someone in an argument. Things you might say to someone in an argument. If you can pop those in the chat box, that will definitely help us get ready for the second set. Okay, we'll be back in just a couple of moments. Hey, welcome back to the second set of tonight's Comedy Flops All You Can Eat Improv Show. I'm your host, Creme Fraiche, and we had a fun first half. I hope you enjoyed it as well. Our show tonight, in case you're just tuning in, is to support the Alzheimer's Association, and I'm pleased to tell you we have so far raised $175 for that cause. So thank you very, very much, everybody who's contributed. And if you haven't, there's still time. We appreciate it, and they appreciate it.
Give us your money.
All that you got.
Fork it on over.
And now we owe Evan a Q royalties.
6 minutes, 6 seconds, 6 seconds.
Oh, okay. And each line we said was a different song. Yeah, that's it. Exactly.
Yes.
Okay, so let's get all the flops back up here. And we're going to start off with an old flops favorite, a game called 186. And I asked folks to give us everyday objects in our chat box, and we're going to make a joke around those objects. Joke goes something like this. 186 blanks walk into a bar, and the bartender says, "We don't serve blanks here." And the blanks say, and we'll make up the punchline for whatever that is for that object. And so we've got lots and lots of suggestions. I think it's a little scary that the first one out of the gate was knives, but hey, you know, let's go with it. 186 knives.
186 knives walk into a bar, and the bartender says, "We don't serve knives here." And they say, "Look, Slick, we'll get straight to the point."
186 knives walk into the bar, and the bartender says, "We don't serve knives here." And the knives say, "You know, we've had it with your cutting remarks."
186 knives walk into a bar. Bartender says, "We don't serve knives." The knives say, "Oh man, I don't know if we can handle this."
186 knives walk into the bar. The bartender says, "We don't serve knives here." And the knives say, "Well, you know what you can do? You can stick it."
186 knives walk into a bar. Bartender says, "We don't serve knives here." The knives say, "Well, we're going to go over to the knife block."
186 knives walk into the bar. The bartender says, "We don't serve knives here." The knives like, "All right, well, you better kick us out. Let's get to it. Chop, chop."
186
knives walk into a bar. The bartender says, "We don't serve knives here." The knives say, "Yeah, we'll fork you."
186 knives walk into the bar. Bartender says, "We don't serve knives here." Knives say, "Okay, we'll come back tomorrow for a second stab at it."
186 knives walk into the bar. Bartender says, "We don't serve knives here." And the knives say, "Oh man, we're just looking to get a little tang."
186 knives walk into a bar. This fine establishment is named Sir. They walk up to the bar, and the bartender says, "Sorry, folks, we don't serve knives here." And the knives say, "Well, Sir, rated 1 star."
Okay, let's go with a new one. Let's go with 186 mirrors. 186 mirrors. All right, I can start. 186 mirrors walk in the bar, and the bartender says, "We don't serve mirrors here." And the mirrors say, "Well, that, sir, is a poor reflection on you."
186 mirrors walk into the bar, and the bartender says, "Of all the bars in all the towns, here's looking at me, kid."
186 mirrors walk into a bar. Bartender says, "We don't serve mirrors here." And the mirrors are like, "Fine, we didn't want to reflect off the atrocious decor anyway."
186 mirrors walk into the bar, and the bartender says, "We don't serve mirrors here." And the mirrors, shocked by this, all spontaneously shatter and say, "Well, that's 1,302 years of bad luck for you, sir."
It's a very calculated joke, John.
Literally, if you could see my screen, you'd know how true that was, Hand Rations.
I'm doing the math.
I ain't doing that math in my head. Okay, let's get a new one. How about 183 toothpicks? 183 toothpicks.
Oh, we're 3 short.
Oh, 186 toothpicks.
Where's
All right,
the other
used
three?
a couple.
186 toothpicks walk into a bar. Bartender says, we don't serve toothpicks here. And the toothpick's like, not too sharp, I see. 186 of us and one of you.
186 toothpicks walk into a bar. Bartender says, we don't serve toothpicks here. The toothpicks say, wouldn't you make an exception this time?
183 toothpicks walk into the bar, and the bartender says, what'll you have? And they say, 3 sandwiches, please.
I got you.
Thank you.
186 toothpicks walk into the bar, and the bartender says, nope, we don't serve toothpicks. And the toothpicks say, but I'll live you, man.
186 toothpicks walk into a bar. The bartender says, we don't serve toothpicks here. The toothpicks turn around to each other, say, well, guys, looks like we're going to have to splinter off.
186 toothpicks walk into a bar. Bartender says, we don't serve toothpicks here. And the toothpicks say, come on, man, we're not going to get in your teeth or anything.
Okay, let's do 186 tweezers. 186 tweezers.
186 tweezers walk into a bar. Bartender says, we don't serve tweezers here. And the tweezers are like, come on, man, you'll never find us when you go looking for us.
186 tweezers walk into the bar, and the bartender says, we don't serve tweezers here. And the tweezers say, you know what, man? Pluck you.
186 tweezers walk into the bar, and the bartender says, we don't serve tweezers around here. And the tweezers say, whew, talk like that, certainly gonna raise some eyebrows.
186 toothpicks walk into a bar, and the bartender says, we don't serve tweezers here. And the tweezers say, we'll have to find somewhere else in a pinch.
186 toothpicks walk into a tweezer. The tweezer says, oh boy, I'm the best at pickup sticks.
That's 186. All right.
Break the rules right at the end.
For our next game, we're going to play this is sort of February appropriate. It was Valentine's Day, or as we used to like to say in college, happy fucking Valentine's Day, because we were all sad sacks. But we're going to be a little more optimistic this year.
Keep it light.
Play a game. We're going to keep it light. And we're going to play a game called Love Letters. And so for Love Letters, I need some time periods from you in the chat box that people might be writing love letters to each other from. All right, so we'll give folks a second to think about that. And while we're doing that, this is a game, and you can probably tell because they're on the screen, for Rigamarole and Dry Run. And so let's see what suggestions you might have.
Ron, can I just say it's really sweet that you and your friends wished each other a happy Valentine's Day, even if it was sad?
Well, thank you. It was done ironically and bitterly, I have to say, but I appreciate that. Okay, we've got some. Oh, geez. Oh, Ritwick's on fire tonight. All right. So many good choices, but I think I'm gonna. I think I'm gonna go with the Renaissance. Yeah, we're gonna go with the Renaissance. So these are two parted by distance lovers in the glorious Renaissance, writing to each other on this day of Valentine's.
My dearest Sir Isaac, how I love thee. Your eyes are like the glowing moons. Your smile is like the heavens have descended upon the fair meadow. What I would not give to spend one moment in your arms, or to show you a small peek of my fair ankle. With the deepest, most romantic thoughts, love, Florence.
Ciao, Florence. That's how they say it here in Italy. 'Tis a beautiful place. I shiver to think of you knowing the things I've seen. People with fresh thoughts and ideas about everything. Oh, I'm starting to get a case of it myself. Free will and artistic expression runs rampant. But they have this thing called prosciutto. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. It's almost worth all this hippy-dippy bullcrap I keep hearing about. Anyways, I've attached a sketch from a friend of mine. Apparently he's some sort of great artist, but I don't quite see it. He trounces around with floozies who show their ankles everywhere. Anyways, enjoy your stay up north. Your love. Oh, and I'm going by a new name now. It's Freddie.
Oh, dearest Isaac, or as you requested, I shall call you Freddie. The great north is something to behold. It's, of course, very cold, but also, well, it's filled with a silence that you wouldn't get in the city. I'm wondering about this prosciutto that you write about. Is it a new dance? An art form? You talk about it so lovingly, but yet I do not know. Perhaps it's a new painter or a method of painting, or perhaps a new fashion, a dress made of the finest prosciutto. I can only imagine how beautiful it would look upon my fair shoulders, which I do hope you're still thinking about. Freddie, you've changed so much, even your name. I hope you still keep those feelings for me. Perhaps prosciutto is a woman. Oh, now I'm soundly worried. Please write back in haste. With shivers, your dearest Florence.
Dear Lawrence, do not fret. Prosciutto may be my first and only love, but it is not a woman. I've been eating it by the pound daily. Completely unconnected to that, I've gained 45 pounds in 3 weeks. Anyways, yes, I've changed greatly. I see the error in my ways these past few months as the letters have been slowly walked back and forth between the two of us as they do. I have grown accustomed to what I used to refer to as hippy-dippy bullcrap. In fact, I've become a bit of a sculptor myself. I create beautiful forms and I tried painting, but I'm no good. My hands are always greasy from all the prosciutto. Anyways, it's always warm down here on the peninsula, on the boot-shaped peninsula, which we've just had to guess at because people, walk around the edges of it and measured it. Actually, I don't wear a shirt anymore. Makes it easy to find the prosciutto when I dropped it. I hope someday you can see it down here. But not too soon, because I have to lose some major weight before you come. Anyways, love you. Oh, I'm going by a new name now. I'm going by Izzy. Izzy Frost.
God, Izzy, this sounds terribly frightful. A corpulent guttard who does nothing with his frivolous thoughts and his slimy meat. I asked my uncle, the barrister, about prosciutto, and he has told me it's from a pig. Izzy, what have you become? You went to Italy to find great ideas, and yet you found salted meat. Is this the apex of culture, of civilization, of the dawning of the new age? I fear that may be so, and so I have chosen to consist on a diet completely of pickled herrings in hopes that our great balance might be sought out amongst the two of us, and hopefully we can find some equilibrium soon. With great hesitation, Florence.
With no hesitation, dear Florence, I write to you this letter. I am on my deathbed. A great pain has struck me in my chest, as once did the inspiration of these fine artists, formerly I referred to as hippy-dippy bullcrap contraptions. Apparently, you cannot eat only prosciutto and nothing else. Oh, the doctors say they're going to drain some of my blood. My hippie friend said that didn't make any sense. That draining blood makes no sense whatsoever, that there's different medicine that I should try to take, but they're gonna let it drain. So, I asked for my final meal. And it is prosciutto, but a pickled herring to remember you by. Your love, Isaac / Freddy / Izzy Frost. Ugh.
Sad Valentine's Day.
Oh crap, I said keep it light, didn't I? Whoops.
Oh, I loved it. Thank you, Rigamarole. I feel like you captured the true spirit of Happy fucking Valentine's Day. Bravo, sir, bravo.
Bravo!
Bravas, bravissimo. All right. That was great. I loved that. All right, we are going to go right to another game featuring our good friend Rigamarole. Surprise. And, yeah.
Oh!
And this game is going to be called, or not going to be called, it is called Home Shopping Network. And so this is a game where Rigamarole, yep, I will not reveal to you what the thing is. So he is going to present an exciting product here in the Home Shopping Network. The only problem is he doesn't know what that product is. but you're going to know, and Hand Rations is going to be his helper to give him clues so he can sell you on this amazing product. So the first thing you need to know about this product, the first thing is that it's a mousetrap. Okay. But it's not just a mousetrap. It also is, yes, you're not going to believe it, it is a mousetrap that is also a doorknob. Yeah, it also works as a doorknob. Yeah, I know, shocking. And what's really cool about this thing is it's powered by toddlers. So
I will be ordering 20.
I figured you would, right? Okay, so to review, it's a mousetrap.
It's a mousetrap that is also a doorknob, and it's powered by toddlers.
You got it.
What is the symbol for powered by? Because I know there's symbols in this game. Okay, it's the light switch.
Yep.
One.
Yep. I'm just going to put in the chat for you as well.
Thank you.
Because I'll forget in like 3 minutes myself. Rigamarole, however, cannot see our secret chat here. Okay. So we are ready. Yes. We're going to bring Rigamarole on to the Home Shopping Network.
Well, hello, everybody there at home. I'm so happy you could join us this afternoon on QVC, the only channel that is more boring than watching your local news network. We've got a lovely item here today. Producers haven't gotten it up on the cue card, but we're gonna have my assistant here demonstrate for us. Okay, it's a rodent, a rodent that bites you. It's a rodent that eats your pretzels. Yeah, I love me some pretzels as well. It's a mousetrap. Ah, yes. It's a beautiful, beautiful, stylized mousetrap. But that's not all, folks. It is something else. It is something else as well. It is a stretchy doorknob. A real stretchy doorknob. Like made out of putty.
Does that work?
It does. I sneezed and I muted myself.
It's a doorknob. Oh, but also it's, well, I know she's giving me the signal to powered by. I know what signal you're giving me. Don't worry. It's also powered by a submergible running machine. Yep, your very own pigtailed. It's a mermaid. It's powered by a pigtailed mermaid. It's a baby. It's powered by a baby who is raising the roof for the Lord. Yes, your very own baby raising the roof for the Lord. Okay, a baby who grows up, okay, and becomes a toddler. Oh, it's a mousetrap. It's also something else, a stretchy doorknob powered by toddlers. And I think we've got only 4 left. So while we go to commercial, you call me in and you say, hey, I want that doorknob, mousetrap, toddler machine. After these few messages, thank you very much to my assistant.
Nice job, Rigamarole. Sorry for the delayed bell. I muted because
The baby that is raising the roof for
raising the roof.
Baby Jesus.
That was great. That was great. So we're going to continue on with the bell for our next game, and our next game is Bing, and that is a game for the Moonman and Hand Rations you get to stay on. And Bing is a 2-person scene, and I've asked folks to give us some suggestions about where this scene takes place and what your relationship is to each other. And let's see what we got. Okay, your scene takes place in a movie theater, and you are 4th cousins. And so for audience who may not have seen this before, they're going to do a regular scene, and anytime I want to mess with them and make them change it up a bit, I will do that, and they have to say the last thing they said differently. All right, let's see this scene between 4th cousins in a movie theater.
Really wish this movie would get started. I'm bored.
Yeah. I mean, I know that Grandma wanted to rent out the entire theater for a family reunion, but there's only so many cousins that you can talk to.
And half of them didn't show.
There's only so many great uncles twice removed you can talk to. There's only so many just random guys named Steve that you can talk to. Is Steve even related to us?
I'm not sure. I mean, I don't remember seeing him in any of the photo albums.
I mean, he must be.
And it's that mullet. I can't stand the mullet.
Yeah.
I can't stand that he smells like fish all the time.
Yeah, I really hope that's not a trait that we're going to inherit.
Oh, can you imagine that? Just having that as what you get from your ancestors?
Yeah.
Can you imagine that being something you have to bring up at every interview you go to?
Yeah, it's just like the only time that I think that would work to his advantage is if he works at an animal shelter, and even then I'm not sure you want the cats to try to eat you.
I don't know. He kind of looks like he's the kind of creepy guy that would do that.
True. Wait, do you want to go over and ask him?
I don't dare.
Well, you've got me curious now. I want to find out this guy's life story. Well, you've got me curious now. I want to tell him where we can get the cats. Well, you've got me curious now. I want to find out if that man's my real father.
Look, I think he heard you.
Oh no. Hide under the seats. Hide under the seats.
And it's
I'm
it's
not ready
sticky.
for this confrontation.
It's sticky down here. I think that's a severed hand down there.
Ugh. Is that like a promotional thing, or is that like a real thing we're gonna have to report? Is that like a promotional thing, or is that like a warning?
I think it's one of the creepy uncle's prosthetic hands.
Oh. Yeah, Uncle Larry, he always just like, he's just leaving it in the weirdest places. Like,
All
I
right.
think at the last reunion I found it in the fridge. Not cool, Uncle Larry.
Let's put it in Steve's popcorn.
Oh, that's a...
Let's hit Steve in the back of the head with this. I think we can get Larry to give Grandma the middle finger.
Oh, do it.
Nice job. Nice job. That is Bing. So for our next game, we're going to play a game called Whose Line? Oh, I guess I should go back on camera. I'll just be a disembodied voice. Go with my strengths. So this is a game where we're going to also have a two-person scene, but in this scene, the folks that are doing it are going to incorporate lines that you've previously suggested to us. So what I'm going to do is pick a couple, and I'm going to send them one by one to the actors when I want them to incorporate one of the lines. So this will be a lot of fun. And this is a game, by the way, for Dry Run and Rigamarole. And so I will put it in the chat, and I will indicate who is to deliver the line around the time that the line should be delivered. So this is going to be a two-person scene, and let's see where this, let's get something to inspire your scene, I guess. We're going to go with wigs and weaves to inspire your scene. Wigs and weaves.
Oh my gosh, hey!
Oh my gosh, hey!
Oh, you just switched directions and now you're over there. Welcome to Wigs and Weaves, the best store on earth.
Well, I'm so excited to be here.
I cannot hear you. Are you even saying something?
I am. I don't know why
I cannot hear you. Am I too loud?
You are very loud.
Am I talking louder or are you talking very quietly?
It's very clearly me, not you.
Oh my goodness, you're a blushing boy. Now welcome. This store is a welcome place.
Oh, thank you for having me.
I don't have the time or the crowns to explain this to you.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
I feel like as if I'm going mad because I still cannot hear you. Am I on mute? Are you muted? What is happening?
Can anybody else hear me?
No, I cannot hear you, but I'm very good at
The
pantomiming.
audience can hear me, but you people
Shall we do that? Would you like?
That's funny. That's too funny. One moment. Anne, can you hear me now?
I can totally hear you now. This is amazing. It's like you've learned to speak.
Well, hold on 1 second. What'd you say? The audience can't hear me either. No, the audience can't hear me either, Anne, so I don't...
Don't worry, I was so loud for the both of us.
Okay, thank you. Okay. I can...
Welcome to the store.
How about we go back to this game after I fix this, because I'm the only one that can fix the stream.
Oh, did the stream go out?
No, the stream can't hear me either, so it's really just Anne and you guys hearing me right now.
Oh.
I think we can hear you now.
I could fix it. Switch over to another game. We'll come back to this one. I'm sorry, guys.
Okay. The last game, last game is the last game.
Oh.
Oh no.
Someone sub in. Someone sub
I
in.
hear you.
Yeah.
They
I
can
can
Cam,
hear you
ju-
on the,
Cam,
I can
jump
hear
in.
you on the stream right now, Cody.
You hear me on the stream right now?
Yeah.
Okay, welcome to Wigs and Weaves. Now I can't hear you. Okay, what'd you say?
I said, welcome to the store of Wigs and Weaves.
Thanks for having me. You've welcomed me a number of times, and now I'm incredibly curious on what I can do here.
Yes, wonderful. Would you like to buy something? Perhaps you're interested in some fringe?
Oh, a fringe. Well, my dad always told me that, 80s guy is a poser, but he was right about snails.
A snail do. Oh, what a ne'er-do-well, should I say, snail?
That's right. A ne'er-do-well, snail hell. What can you do for my hair?
I know you are, but what am I?
Hopefully a hairdresser.
Oh no, good. I do not dress hair. I sell hair.
Ooh, you sell hair. Okay, can you show me what hair you can sell me?
Yes. I have so many different kinds. I just am not quite sure where to start. We have long hair and short hair and all colors of hair. And we have fair trade hair.
Do you have mid hair? Only short and long?
Oh, we have all different lengths.
Oh man, you know what that makes me say? It makes me say, good evening, lovelies.
Yes, I love it. We want you to feel so beautiful. You are going to just be so dashing and mid-head, and people will say, he's just so average length hair. He's exceptional.
Ooh, well that's great. Bring it on. Put them on me and let's see how they look. Give me that one first.
Yes, but I did them last night. It's your turn.
Okay, then I'll put them on myself. Thank you. I thought this was a store. How's it look?
Okay.
Okay. Okay. I can clearly see by your face that what you're really saying is, no, it's not. Well, they get try a different one.
Yes, try some more. This is the fun of the coming to wigs and weaves. You can have something temporary or something semi-permanent.
I don't think I want something semi-permanent. I would think I would like something that I could take out.
To that, I say, we can hear you, but you are soft, Rigamarole. But I don't know if that's a literal thing or a metaphysical thing.
How do you know what they called me in college?
Well, if you've ever seen Mean Girls, you know that hair has so many secrets, and I have all the hair!
Reveal to me your secrets, O mystic hair mage. I fall at your feet here at Weaves and Rugs. I forgot the name of the store, but I fall at your feet.
Rugs is our pubic line, but and Weaves.
Wigs and weaves. Yes, I don't need just a weave and no wig. No wig.
Yes, but we have a pube wizard and his name is Merkin.
Oh my goodness. Well, I knew a guy named Merkin once upon a time, and he used to say so often, I could quote him because he said it all the time, I was going to go with spam, but after that disgusting tag, I'll stick with the 80s ghost. All the time he would say that. Like a catchphrase.
It sounds very prophetic.
Yes. I think that's the line of work he went into, was prophesizing, being a prophet is what he did for a living, yep.
Yeah. Wow. Wonderful. Well, might I direct you to this dark secret corner where perhaps there are more secrets in the hair than elsewhere, since you seem so worthy? Just down the stairs here.
Yes, I am ready, O master of the wigs and weaves. Show me onward.
Okay, let's go.
Oh, it's beautiful. It's so beautiful. I'm impressed. There's so many beautiful things. What should I try first?
Well, you can try 3 wigs, but no more than 3,
Okay.
and beware of the flyaways.
Okay. I'm gonna try this one first. Oh! Oh, I feel it! Wow! Wow!
Yes, this one will give you great charm, but beware. Every second thing you say will be a lie.
Wow! That sucks! It worked!
Okay. Phantom spam or 80s nostalgia.
Phantom spam. Oh! That was the lie. That wasn't the lie.
Oh,
Wow, that went crazy when we got to Merkin the Wizard. All right, that is
and figuring out his sound.
Yes. That is, whose line is it anyway? And as you may have guessed, I took some of your suggestions, audience, from other games and just wove them right into that because it was fun. So there you have it. We have one final game for you tonight as we wind down our February show. I want to, by the way, thank folks who have donated this evening, and I will tell you that we are within $5 of our $200 goal, which is amazing. So thank you, everybody who has chipped in. Of course, we'll leave this fundraiser up for a week or two, and often people after the fact donate as well, which is terrific. But we are going to leave you tonight with, we think it's a fan favorite. We can't see your faces when we're doing it, so maybe you're just, you know,
It's an
gaslighting
us favorite.
us. What's that?
It's an us favorite.
It's an us favorite, that's true. It is, of course, time once again for the Van Bortles.
The next episode.
Yes. Oh, I am pleased, well pleased, to have been invited to the Van Bortles Festival. Thankfully, none of my nuisance friends are here. Just me and the Van Bortles all to myself. Wonderful. Oh, good God.
Friends? I wasn't aware you had any friends.
Honestly, Manlius, I cannot believe you're here.
Why wouldn't I be here? I was clearly the first one invited. I just happened to be fashionably late.
Yes. We all know you don't even know how to spell Van Bortles, Manlius, so I hardly think you were the first one here.
Why would I need to spell it? They were sending me the invitation.
Trifles. Well, at least thank God, Cedric. Oh, for God's sake,
hello,
Cedric!
Gentlemen, how are you?
I see you've left your body at home again, Cedric.
Well, the new body came in. However, I was invited to a festival, and I figured I just have nothing to wear, so here I am.
Oh, God. Well, at least you're not here with a naked head. Oh.
You would be so lucky, sir, to see my naked head.
Oh, yes, well.
Manly, it's good to see you. Oh, hello. We haven't seen you in a while.
Yes, it has been a while.
But not long enough.
Yes, that's very true, Manly. It's very true. Very true.
You're such a jester, Manly.
Cedric, I don't even remember who this is. Do we know her?
Yeah, I don't.
I think she's a crasher. I bet she doesn't even know the Van Bortles.
How are you in the Van Bortles?
You feeble-minded curmudgeons.
Curmudgeon?
Well, that's probably actually accurate, Cedric. And we are
close enough.
We are nothing if not curmudgeonly.
You should know that I'm a dear friend of the late Helga Van Bortel. I'm her lifelong traveling partner, Dilly. Delilah.
Yes, Delilah. Oh, I'm sorry, but you are just so easy to forget. I mean you no offense when I say that, but my God, woman, you are forgettable.
So, Delilah, I'm sorry. I see you got my invitation.
Wedgeworth, you invited Delilah?
Of course it was Wedgeworth.
Of
course, my Cedric, I see your lack of body is always becoming of you.
The jealousy always spews from your lips.
Manlius, I thought you beat Wedgeworth to death with a polo mallet. You said you did.
Well, maybe I needed a couple extra swings, but my arm was tired.
Death could not stop me from attending the Van Bortles Festival.
Yes.
You know that, Reginald. You know this.
Yes, it's true, Wedgworth. It's true. It is a glorious Van Bortles celebration. Well, thank God that interminable Taffy isn't here.
Did someone say Taffy?
Speak the devil and Taffy shall appear.
I've been waiting for 20 minutes for someone to say Taffy. It usually happens in the first 5.
My God, I think she's wearing her raccoon husband on her head.
She may be.
No, I would never do my raccoon husband such a disservice. No, this is my raccoon arch enemy. There is a difference. It is not the same raccoon. This raccoon had different markings. I know that.
Oh, she heard a chorus of factory girls. Hey, everybody! It's the great old Van Bortles Irish Brogue St. Patty's Day. Everybody excited for it?
I don't think he's ever...
What?
St. Patty's Day?
No.
But
My
not
early-
even in March, dear man.
He doesn't know the Van Bortles.
What? They would not stoop so low to have a St. Patrick's Day party.
Oh, you're all just jealous. Looking for me pot of gold?
Are you saying you were after the Van Bortles gold, little
No,
man?
you are after the gold.
Do you have a map?
The Van Bortles would never associate with someone so, how shall I put this, small.
Oh, making fun of us wee little boys. That sounded much weirder just coming out of my mouth. Okay, you're all dressed for something else.
Give me your treasure map!
This festival, man.
Are you even following the calendar in Animal Crossing New Horizons?
Clearly he is not Taffy, he is not. But I recognize him.
KK Slider's my best friend, okay? Is that yours?
KK Slider is friends with the Van Bortles, not with you.
Me too.
Wait a second.
Wait,
I know
friends
this
with the
poser.
Van-
This poser is Stevan.
Stefan.
Hold on.
Oh, Stevan!
That's
Without
right.
the hat.
I wasn't a leprechaun the entire time. It was me.
Damn you, Stevan! Damn you! Do you still have that treasure map, though?
Yeah, here.
Ooh.
Well, all right, man. You consider the children's table this time for that.
With Taffy.
Yes! I consider the children's table. They've got Lucky Charms!
But just this once.
Lucky Charms, you say?
I don't know who keeps inviting Stevan. I know it wasn't the Van Bortles.
Damn it, Stevan! This isn't a treasure map, it's a used checkbook!
Man.
He recently got a name, and now I have to set another place for him at the children's table. That used to be my dominion. Stay tuned. There is going to be a war over the children's table. Or maybe I'll just kick him off. I don't know. Whatever.
We look forward to either outcome.
Get your hands off me!
It's good to see Taffy finally doing something around here. Manlius, how have you been?
I have been well. How is that used checkbook?
I mean, it's okay. As for a used checkbook, pretty good. Treasure map, not so good. I have seen some expenses, which I am usually the bank would not let me be privy to beforehand.
Pardon me, Delilah seems to have something she wants to say.
Oh, what is it, Delilah?
Wentworth, my pet, if you might give me the treasure map, then I shall go and compare it with Helga's old notes from our treasure tromping days.
Well, I did throw it across the room, but I guess I can go get it.
Ow, it hit me in the face!
No, shut up, Stevan! I'll hit you in the face again, I swear it!
Who invited that man?
What a simp. I simply, I cannot take this. I am going to simply go outside for a breath of air. The stench of this all just nauseates me.
Oh, that might be me. I apologize. There's a little bit problem with the, well, it seems we find ourselves to be alone, Manly. So, what say you? Shall we go raid the liquor cabinet?
Oh,
Van
yes.
Bortles have the finest.
A head after my own heart.
Oh, here we go.
And that's the Van Bortles. All right. That is our show this month. We will be back, of course, next month with another show. And we have now caught up with our 2020 charities. And so we'll be picking a new round of organizations to support. If you have an organization you think we should support with our shows, feel free to pop that on our Facebook page. If you can think of it right now, feel free to pop it in the chat. We will be announcing those pretty soon, and we'd love to hear who the community cares about. It's been a fun show. Kudos to our cast. Way to go. And thank you again for everybody tonight who donated in support of the Alzheimer's Association.
Before we go, we should give them a little bit of a count. We have hit 260 of our $200 goal. Great job, guys.
I haven't said. Riggy, you are ahead of me on that. Way to go. Thank you, everyone. That is fantastic.
We love you.
Yeah, and I will say on a personal note with that one, my grandmother had Alzheimer's, and I don't usually say this too publicly, but my dad has a little dementia. And so kind of getting this illness dealt with and hopefully treated is a big goal of mine personally. And so I'm very grateful to everybody. I'm certainly grateful to the cast for doing a great show in support of it, and to you, our audience. We will announce the next show soon, hopefully, and we'll be right back with you. And we
you
still
can
look
catch us at Imagine RIT if you're going to be there.
Yeah. What's the date of that, Reggie?
Man, I wish I knew.
That's okay.
March. We'll let it in.
Stay tuned. We'll announce it. We'll let you know.
On the Facebooks.
On the Facebooks, on the internet machine. All right. Have a great weekend, everybody. Stay safe, stay warm, and we'll talk to you soon.
Bye. Thank you.